Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Skincare Saturday, Skincare 101. So today is going to be a little bit different because we are not necessarily going to be talking about your face. We are going to be at home sunless tanning. Yeah, that's about to happen. Okay, let's talk about step-by-step instructions on sunless tanning and the steps you need to take before you do so, because sunless tanning, y'all, it can end so badly for so many people. Max, like, what is going on? Why is this happening in my bathroom? Okay, so products we will need. Exfoliation. You should always exfoliate before you sunless tan. That is one of the most, if not the most important parts. You also do not want to apply moisturizer because that will just create a barrier between your sunless tan, thus making it uneven. It's not something we want. Razor, shaving cream. You want to, you guessed it, shave before you sunless tan. And next we have the Bondi Sands Express Self Tanning Foam. Coconut scent, quick dry formula, salon quality, 1 hour express. I'm going to be leaving it on for 2 to 3 hours, maybe longer. Who knows? And then a tanning application mitt. The mitt ensures that your tan goes on even. What are the steps, you may ask? First step, we're gonna exfoliate. I like to use a dry brush. That way I know the scrub has no oil in it, therefore it's not going to necessarily repel the sunless tanner. So, I'm naked. We're gonna take the dry brush, circular motions. We are going to do this all over our body. We're going to pay special attention to those elbows, those knees, and those ankles. Now I'm going to pay special attention to my tattoo here. It is a fresh tattoo, so I don't want to over exfoliate her. Now, I'm going to hop in the shower, shave, and then we will be back to apply some sunless tan and do the steps after your shower. So, time to shower. Now, before we move on to the next step, let's talk about the type of wash you should use. Before I sunless tan, I personally like to go in with a acne wash. I have 2 clean and clear products in my house. Like last skincare video, I said I had 1, and it was that mask. But I thought I had a spot treatment, and then I totally forgot that I also have my acne body wash. I am acne prone. It's not just my face, it's my entire body. So I do have a clean and clear, it's the Morning Burst for your body. I don't put it on my face, it's just for my body. And it really kind of helps keep my acne at bay. But one reason I do really like it is because it doesn't necessarily have moisturizing ingredients in it, meaning it's not going to have any of those oils or butters or anything like that in it that is going to counteract what we're about to put in on our body. So when you do a sunless tan, you don't want to use anything that is moisturizing. Look at the ingredients, make sure it doesn't have any oil in it, make sure it doesn't have any shea butter or anything like that in it, because that's just going to essentially create a barrier, and that's not what you want. So we have gone through and we have shaved. Now we're going to go back in with that dry brush. And in circular motions, we're going to go all over our body just to make sure we are thoroughly exfoliated. Now, when you shave, it is a form of exfoliation, but because we are about to put something on our skin and we want to make sure it's even, we're going to go through and exfoliate again. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put our little mitt on. A little mitt. And then we're going to shake this. It looks like a dollop of brown whipped cream, well, greenish brown. So if you go to pour it out and you notice it's kind of like a greenish color, don't be alarmed. Most self-tanners are gonna be a greenish color. That is what's gonna prevent them from turning orange. So as you can see, we're just taking our mitt and gently going down our skin. So the cool thing about doing this on camera, I can really see in the light every single spot on my body. Now when it gets to my hands, I'm doing this, and with whatever excess is on the sponge, mitt, whatever you call it, I'm not adding to the mitt for the rest of for my hand. And you'll notice I'm also not bringing it up on my neck per se. That's where like bronzer and all of that will come in. Substantially easier in front of a mirror. Just saying. Love you guys. Well, good thing we're doing this in the shower, because that dollop of whipped cream just fell in the bathtub. Okay, so at this point, if you wanted to, you could call it a day. Let this sit on for a few hours. Me personally, I'm gonna go in with one more layer. I'm not really too worried about the little splotches you see. Those are just dry patches. And this is like one of those spray tans that you rinse off in an hour, depending on how dark you want to be, 3 hours. So I'm gonna go in with one more coat and we will be back in a few minutes. All right, y'all, we are gonna dry, and then in 3 hours we will be back to rinse this off. See how the color develops. But all right, I will see you guys in 3 hours. You, technically speaking, only have to leave it on for an hour. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Okay, we have had this on for about 2.5 hours. I'm gonna go rinse this off and we'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. Okay, so it's been about 2.5 hours. I rinsed that off. Now, there's a relatively dramatic difference in my face. I don't like self-tanning my face. That is what makeup is for. I can go through and I can edit how dark my face is with bronzer and foundation and all of that. Same goes with my neck. Not a big fan of self-tanning from here up. So, let's talk about if you're unhappy with the results. What I like to do is I will wash it off and I'll give it the night to see if when I wake up in the morning, maybe I feel differently about it. Maybe I want it a little darker, maybe I want it a little lighter. If you want it, regardless, once you get out of the shower and you rinse it off, moisturize. I like to go in with a really thick moisturizer because I did just go through and exfoliate my body technically 3 times. I went through and I used my body buffer, my dry body buffer, and then I shaved, which shaving is technically in a form of exfoliation, because not only are you removing that hair, you're also removing dead skin. And then I dried off and went back over it with that dry brush. So my skin has gone through a little bit of trauma today. I actually have a dry spot right now, and I have a few, but this one just happens to be the noticeable one. Okay, I'm just gonna try to really moisturize her. So let's talk about if you want the color lighter, you're not happy with it, it's too dark, still moisturize, because you might wake up in the morning and you might feel differently. It might have rubbed off on your sheets. This I've used this brand before. Once I shower, it usually doesn't rub off anywhere, especially once I lock it in with a thick moisturizer. But if you do, take a scrub. Usually you kind of want to lean more oil based here. So take a scrub. Scrub it. Scrub your body. Don't scrub your body for hours, but just go over it, lightly scrub your body. It will actually lighten it up a little bit. Now, what if you want it darker? This is probably going to be tomorrow. You want it darker? Great. Don't shower, don't do anything. Just wake up, put another layer on. Leave it on for about 2 hours, rinse it off, lock it in with some body moisturizer. I most likely will go through and do a second round tomorrow, only because if I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be noticeable. Not that this isn't noticeable. This is like a nice color, especially for me because I am naturally very pale. I tan well, but I just use so much products on my face that prevent my face from getting sun. And then I like hoodies. Me and hoodies are very good friends. But yeah, you want another layer? Go through, add another layer. But again, when you hop out of the shower, make sure you moisturize. Now let's talk about how to prolong it. Okay. Sorry, my lips were dry. Okay, so caring for your self-tan. Moisturize. You don't need to exfoliate every single day. I would save the exfoliating for the night before you're gonna go through and do this whole routine again. You are gonna have to, if you are gonna do this and you do want to keep up with it, you are gonna have to do this about every other week and a week and a half, depending on how well you take care of it and how long your body actually holds on to that pigment. I mean, you know your body. No one knows your body like you. So, when you are ready, moisturize every day. I can't say that enough. I mean, you should be moisturizing every day anyway, but moisturize every day. That is going to help lock that product in, because the way, in all seriousness, the way it works off is by rubbing on products. It's rubbing on clothes, it's rubbing on your sheets, it's rubbing on your blanket, it's rubbing on a towel, it's rubbing on your loofah. It's literally all it is you have temporarily dyed that top layer of skin. That's literally what this is. So once you get to the point where you are ready to redo it, exfoliate the night before. Focus on your elbows, your knees, your ankles, your hands. Like for me, I will focus like right here I'll focus like right here, my elbows, my knees, my ankles. I usually don't do my toes. I kind of stop about halfway up my foot because when I wear heels and sandals and stuff, 90% of the time it's a peep toe pump. So you're only going to see a certain part of my foot to begin with. But make sure you're moisturizing every single day. When you get out of the shower that night or bath, whatever it was, don't put an oil on. If you really want to moisturize, which I highly recommend, you moisturize those drier areas, elbows, knees, ankles, hands. You can use a thick cream on that, but if you need to moisturize the rest of your body, just go in with a light moisturizer. Don't go in with anything thick that has like shea butter. It's another good example. You know, coconut oil, cocoa oil, like anything that's really thick, you don't really want to leave on your skin overnight because then you're going to have to shower beforehand and it's just, And in all seriousness, self-tanners, they work better if you don't shower right before. So if you shower the night before and then you don't put anything on and then you go through and do a self-tan in the morning, that's really when it works best, in all seriousness. Same with shaving. You should shave the day before. Exfoliate the day before. Don't shower or anything like that before you do it, and your tan usually turns out better. Today it was not the case. That's not how we did it. So, oh well, stuff happens. We're in quarantine. We don't make the best decisions. At least I didn't cut my hair, shave my eyebrows off. That's about it. So those are some of the worst ones I've seen. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.